The rules of procedure, please, I'm a custodian of the rules. Come on. Okay? So the rules of procedure I have, they don't provide for that. So I request you, next time when we are going into amendment of the rules, please, if you know you've come here to do casual work, go out. We are doing serious work here. Okay? We are here to do serious work. Anyone who feels they are doing casual work, just get out.
One point, that Honorable Speaker, Uganda has submitted the name of a Ugandan to the UN seeking that he becomes the Secretary General of the United Nations. It will be direct shooting in our own legs to say that Uganda should not participate in United Nations deployment. Besides, Uganda is a member of this nation and a member of the community of nations that is required to participate in such missions.
When that motion came to the House, it was referred to the Committee of Defense and Internal Affairs to review the terms of engagement. Among those terms, we need to know the agreement that has been signed between Uganda and the deploying organization. In this case, whether it's the UN, whether it's the US government, we don't even know yet. We also need to know the funding of this force. Who is going to fund our stay in Gaza? We also need to know so many of those details that we cannot get in the motion that the Honourable Minister has tabled. Because, Right Honourable Speaker, we are deploying lives. It's not about NRM, it's not about opposition. It's about the lives of the soldiers that we're sending for the peace mission. I think it's important that the Honourable Minister of Defense gives us, even if it's 2 days, we get these details. We scrutinize the motion.
Raise your procedure matter.
We scrutinize the motion.
Raise your procedure matter.
My procedure matter was, if there's already a precedent that was set in 2007 when we were deploying in Somalia, why can't it be followed now?
Thank you. Now, honorable colleagues, every parliament makes its rules of procedure. The rules of procedure is every motion that requires to go to the committee. The rules provide so. Okay? So, you might find the parliament that time its rules of procedure required that. The rules of procedure, please, I'm a custodian of the rules. Come on. Okay? So the rules of procedure I have, they don't provide for that. So I request you, next time when we are going into amendment of the rules, you propose that, so that motions of this nature, for example, RONs, you can see, they provide. It should go here, this one goes here. So, and you see, whenever I'm having any matter, I refer once the rules require me to do so. Once the rules don't, my hand is up. Please, Honorable Samba, first take your seat. Okay? Please. If you know you've come here to do casual work, go out. We are doing serious work here. Okay? We are here to do serious work. Anyone who feels they are doing casual work, just get out. Please, debate. Honorable Seungu.
Mr. Speaker, sir, you see, we as members of parliament, and even the opposition, you don't take us for the sake of thinking that whenever you have anything you want to do by government, we are against you. But your packaging sometimes is a problem. For example, you've been in the government. Dr. Chilonga, Honorable Prime Minister, was a Minister of Defense. And in a number of occasions, you could take soldiers and then you come for approve after taking. Here you are today with you. Council Shiriowa, Honorable Shiwa, fellow land friend. He has come to seek for motion before a deployment. Then, we were together in the Committee of Defense on Tuesday. He has fully mobilized this side, leaving out the opposition member who is his counterpart, the Minister of Defense. And I am ambushed on the floor of Parliament. But Mr. Speaker, why we come in to contest the way the motion is brought, and seeking for intelligence is to have a fruitful procedure for carrying out this particular exercise. Members of Parliament from Nebi go to a place called Parombo and look for a person who was a sergeant called Sergeant Okumu in the military police. He came from America for a military course, and on arriving at Bomba after 3 years, one of his sergeant had committed offenses and was in prison. What happened? They said, no, who can lead this team? He said, let us send this one. The moment he arrived in Somalia, after being deployed, from America, that very night he came back. In Somalia, he was hit.
Yali badde genda order paper. Ne tweteekateeka okujja ogidebatingako. Naye nga bulijjo Honorable Taibwa bw'ajja n'ebisonga bya gavumenti ebirina oyita era bw'azze Deputy Speaker mu nkola y'emu ey'ekivandulo bakireese n'oli aleese bulesi motion talina kyannyonnyodde biri awo kirina okuyita kati issue yaffe ebaddemu ti motion nga bw'agisubmitinze katugende naffe tweteeketeeke tubuuze ku baana abaali badde deployed nga badeployingibwako e Somalia tukole consultations n'abasirikale tubawulirizeeko abagenze mu missions ezifaanana bwe zityo biki bye bayitamu naye sipiika Taibwa tayagala kumanya kubanga atugambye kirina oyita oba twagala oba tetukola ki tetwagala kati tekyawukanye newankubadde omubaka Enos tusiime owekabula ze n'agamba bulijjo bigenda mu komiti lwaki kino tekirina kgenda mu komiti era sipiika alemeddeko n'agamba akati nze amateeka tegakola ki teganzikiriza naye njagala gamba Right Honorable Speaker Thomas Taibwa nti eno nsonga ekwata ku bannayuganda amagye agagenda odeployinga si mercenary force nti omuntu alina mercenary force gyadeployinga essaawa yonna nga bwakola ki bw'ayagala buli lwe tunaasigala nga eggye lyaffe tuliraba bwe lityo bajja kulideployinga batandikenga n'oligula owulire nga bwe nawulire Kotolio Gini bwerigula wano no information to the public nga bw'owulira amawanga gonna kale bagenda litwala nga mercenary force ojja kuwulira nga amagye gaffe ge gali e Russia kubanga Abarussia baaganya okugenda ku front line bajja kutwalayo abo abaana baffe bagende bafiire eyo so emmatazi zino naffe tulina okulaganga precautions tensonga bwe ziti nga tezinnajja
bannaffe balina ekizibu naye baba baleese ekintu ekirungi bamaka bakitadde mu ttaka minisita ono Kirewa Kiwanuka akoze likodi mu paalamenti ya Uganda olwaleero okusooka okujja okusaba babakkirize tutwale abasirikale byongambe bya kapasite byonna bitwe tubagamba ekintu kibadde ku order paper speaker alina obuyinza obukola alteration ku order paper naye nga tugamba tuweeyo obudde kubanga ino deployment si kufa kwokka deployment yene erimu ebitundu bibiri erimu kibayita peacekeeping n'okwenforcinga eddembe kati bo bagenda mu peacekeeping tekiringa Somalia ekyo tekibaako kupapa nga twagala tumanye otwala amagye e Gaza entegeka y'abasirikale eri etya bwe baba bagenda famire zaabwe zisigaza ki bwe baba bagendayo gavumenti egenda kufunamu etya n'omusirikale afunamu atya kubanga entalo zonna ez'abajasi abantu kye batamanyi abasirikale bakyalinga kibayita oath of allegiance tewali mujasi agenda Gaza akomplaininge nga bamutaddewo nga bamunya byetaaga kubanga bw'ayomba bajja mbukuba kubanga eyo ndagaano yagina mu magye kati ffe tulina obadifendinga kati minisita ye obaze nti amanyi nti alina ennamba nnene n'agamba kansooke nfune permission ebirala binajja oluki oluvannyuma kyandibadde beta ne speaker singa abadde akiwadde omukisa ne balindako ne bakitwala mu komiti mwendi member ne tunuulira embeera z'abasirikale bagenda okgenda then ebiri classified ne babireka ebbali ebijja ewaffe ne bikola ki ebijja naye n'ebiri classified tulina obuyinza obimanya kasita tukibiwulira public Somebody want to answer me.
Two, to appreciate the Commander-in-Chief towards professionalizing the national force to an international standard now and be proud about our UPDF. Right, Honorable Speaker, by having this national force deployed outside, actually they are acquiring more skills. No wonder that's why we are on the market. How many countries are in the world? And they have not been even contacted. And these superpowers are not even buzzed about them. But they know what Uganda People's Force is. On the issue of
Minister wa Defense asabye Parliament okuba nga babakkiriza okutwala amagye gaffe e Gaza.
Ensonga eyo tetwandigibaddeko na buzibu, naye tubadde twagala nnyo tusooke tutunulire ku terms of deployment kwe bagenda okuba nga bakolera nga batuuse mu kitundu ekyo ekya Gaza. Naye ne tutegeezebwa nga tumaze ba interrogatinga nti bagenda kuba nga balayinganga periodic reports mu Parliament okulaga performance na buli kimu bwe kitambula. Era basuubiza nti n'endagaano ezo bajja kubeera nga bazilayinga ku table era beere nga bazireeta mu Parliament. Kye tusinga okwagala kwe kuba nti welfare y'abantu baffe abajaasi baffe ebeera nga eri bulungi era baleme kubanga ate tebafunirayo bufunizi ate bizibu. Baleme kutuuka wano bagambe nti twabbibwa kuba tufunye complaints nyingi ng'abamu babala okuba deployed bakomawo wano nga bagamba nti tetwasasulwa. So
football team, so we are ready. If you give us the permission, we have the skill and capacity to maintain the peace. Honorable Sewungu, I'm sorry, my shadow Minister of Defense, I thought by interacting with you in the committee and informing you, and we actually, Honorable Chair, I did raise this issue in the committee and a number of questions were raised. When I appeared before the committee, I did mention that I am coming to the House to seek a motion and we discuss it, but next time I'll even give written notice. Honorable Chirumira, yes, we are a member of UOC, just like we are, IOC, sorry, just like OIC, Organization of Islamic, but we are also members of the UN. So we are going under the UN auspices, but just for your information, just for your information, the following countries have signed on to this: Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Egypt, Jordan, Indonesia, Pakistan, Qatar, and UAE. They are all members of that. Palestine has welcomed this Board of Peace and the Stabilization Force. We can finalize. I am clear on all the issues. Honorable Court, it is not correct. It's not correct to say that this is the first time the government is doing the right thing. This is the first time we have come here before deploying. But the circumstances before were different. If there is an imminent threat, then coming here may not be, or in the absence of the House. So, yes, this may be the first time we have come here before deploying, but it's not the first time we have done the right thing. And for how long are we going to be in these missions? We are there for peacekeeping. We are there to keep peace. When the peace comes, the mission is complete. So we don't put time to it. We can assure you, Honorable Court, that the facilitation and whatever terms which we shall share with the House by laying the agreement, we shall ensure that whatever facilitation or whatever is supposed to be given to the troops is being done. The CDF has a purely no corruption policy in the UPDF, and I support him fully on that. I think I've finished all the issues. Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The correction I seek from the Minister is that, assuming the motion carried the day, whether you would consider laying periodic reports in the House so it becomes a conditional approval for purposes of securing the approval. I thank you.
Yes, not an it's not a request you're making. we are obligated by law to report to this parliament periodically. And we will definitely report. We are not even doing a favor.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, I now put the question that the motion for resolution of Parliament support the deployment of the Uganda People's Defense Forces contingent as part of an international stabilization force in the Gaza Strip at the invitation of the United States of America be adopted. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. Those in favor say aye, and to the contrary nay. The ayes have it. Now, Honourable Minister, you've made critical commitments. Honourable Minister, you've made critical commitments here, okay? You've made critical commitments here, which I request that you fulfill. Those include 1, periodic reports, number 2, the agreement. And then you will guide us whether it is classified, the nature of the agreement, and then we shall agree on how it is handled once you conclude it. Now, I direct the clerk to extract the recommendations together with a copy of the Hansard and transmit them to the relevant minister. Next item.
What actually happened is that after some time, we received a lot of complaints, and as several officers who actually kept on asking us that under what terms are we being deployed? Because we are deploying Uganda People's Defense Forces. We are not deploying an army belonging to an individual. That's why there is parliamentary resolution and all parliamentary approval. Right Honourable Speaker, I do not want actually myself to debate from just a point of procedure, because there have been issues which have been consistently raised by people who have been deployed out of the country, and issues have not been resolved. Time and again, by us saying that we are debating this matter in this direction, we wanted an opportunity to review and then either support when we know that actually there's going to be no reoccurrence of issues which have been raised, because if a justifiable cause has been raised, and we all think that actually it's important that we do, I would still, Right Honourable Speaker, insist that if this House is to pass this motion in the form it is, then the Minister of Defence be tasked to lay on table the agreements under which our forces are going, so that we know that this is not business for few individuals within the UPDF. Honorable Chionga is here. The last time he was here, soldiers were complaining. When the agreement was laid, the agreement was talking about different amounts to be given to soldiers who are going. And officers were giving different amounts. So that's why we needed actually the details of this agreement, so because we don't want it to look like we're on this side, we're just opposed to the deployment if there is good cause.
Honourable Speaker,
Honourable
we
Minister,
cannot, the reason we are here is so we can enter into the agreement. If we enter into the agreement before coming here, you blame us for entering into the agreement before coming here. So we can talk about who is going to fund, but we cannot sign the agreement. The reason we are asking for your approval is in order for us to enter the agreement.
Thank you.
But the laying we can do.
Now, honourable colleagues, as you know,
one point, that Honourable Speaker, Uganda has submitted the name of a Ugandan to the UN seeking that he becomes the Secretary General of the United Nations. It will be direct shooting in our own legs to say that Uganda should not participate in United Nations deployment. Besides, Uganda is a member of this nation and a member of the Community of Nations that is required to participate in such